So I have a cat in my lap. He may well be very annoying. I am sitting in one of the chairs that the dog was really like one of his chairs type of thing. And ever since a couple days after Huckleberry was not here for the last time, Cabana, one of our two cats, got really upset and mopey, and he's just been kind of taking over all of Huckleberry's spots. And it's really sweet to see because all of the animals, the dog and the cats, just kind of got on each other's nerves all the time. So it's only within the last 6 or 8 this cat really was okay with him, and they would kind of be civil, not like friendly, but civil. I'm here to review week 20. I am halfway. I am my version of halfway, and I am so excited and sad. Excited to have made it this far. Excited that, you know, we're really getting closer to meet him, and I'm so excited to be able to say him. It's been really hard to not say him and he throughout vlogs in the last couple. So it's very surreal. It's very exciting, but it's very surreal to know that we're kind of on the backswing of pregnancy and going on the journey of birthing, and I'm very excited for that journey. I've been doing a whole lot of research, so I'm very excited. There are fears that I have that I'm trying to work through, but overall I'm just very, very excited. Physically, everything's been really, really good this week. Nothing major physically. I did swell up quite a bit because we took a car trip to the snow, and it was supposed to take about 4 hours to get there. Well, going up it took us about 6, 7, and coming back it took us about 10, almost 11, which is crazy. And even out of pregnancy, I swell up, especially in the car on long car rides, really arms. It's mostly my hands and my feet and ankles. So just having been in the car that long, you know, we were on vacation, so I was trying to eat really well, but it wasn't necessarily the greatest food because we had 4 kids there and 4 adults there, and we were just trying to get food into people quickly because we were out in the snow all day. So I swelled up a lot and put on about 9 pounds over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So probably 5 or 6 pounds this past week, and then a few pounds the week before. So I am actually starting to put weight back on, which is totally fine, but I am hoping some of it recedes for right now because I have a feeling a lot of it is water weight, and I'm trying to drink a lot of water, trying to really keep my sodium. So it's not up. I am back up about 7 pounds. So I think in terms of actual weight gain, I have put back on probably 4 to 5 pounds, probably closer to 5 in the last few weeks, which is totally fine. I am trying really hard not to have excessive weight gain or gestational diabetes. That is one of my biggest concerns with pregnancy. But overall in this pregnancy, I only want to gain about 15 pounds, which I know towards the end, sometimes you can just kind of put on weight without even really having to try. So I'm trying to be very, very conscious. I have started using the Brewer's diet. I'm not fully on the Brewer's diet, partly because I am vegetarian and it is a bit harder to follow that diet with any kind of variety when you're vegetarian. So I'm kind of loosely on the Brewer's diet, but with a little bit more like salads and stuff mixed in than they necessarily say. On that, working on exercising, I've been trying to get in 3 miles a day, whether it's running, whether day, I'm trying to do more squats. But physically, really, I'm just feeling really good. Totally over my bladder infection, totally over being sick, so that's real. and just kind of growing. Baby's growing and he's moving a ton, which has been really cool. Everybody's been able to feel him. You can see him from the outside, especially if he lays right up close. So if I'm like laying down and this is my belly, if he lays against my belly will swell. And then if he lays back against my back, my belly will recede, and it's really trippy. The last physical symptom I have had is some inside belly button pain. I have a particularly deep belly button. I actually really don't think it's belly button pain. I talked to my midwife about it and she said that it's likely because I had a belly button piercing. Apparently, if you have had your belly button pierced, there is a nerve that they hit when they pierce your belly button that when your stomach starts to stretch out in pressing, that nerve has some pain. So I am experiencing that, but really only if I try and touch like the inside of my belly. Emotionally, this week has been pretty good. Like I said, I'm over all the sickness. We went on family vacation to the snow. It was the kids' first time in the snow, and it was really a great trip. We had the perfect cabin. We had the perfect location. All the kids really, really loved the snow. Everything was great. So emotionally, this week was really TMI. I am leaking more and more, sometimes without having to touch my chest at all. Sometimes I can express some colostrum. I have been expressing colostrum and then rubbing it around my nipples and letting that air dry along with doing nipple cream just to kind of get my nipples ready and prepared as I can for. Okay, so I don't really have any favorites lately, but I have been using a sugar scrub for the belly. I will try to remember next week to show you guys. And then I have been putting on lotion. I don't have any stretch marks at this point from pregnancy. I'm sure I will, but I have been using it just to try and see if we can avoid having a ton of stretch. And if not, no big deal. I mean, I'm pregnant, so I really don't. And I have been reading Hypnobirthing and listening to the Hypnobirthing relaxation. Realistically, this week has started to be about projects and how to, and we have started clearing out the playroom, either to move my son in there or to put baby into there. I have a feeling we're probably going to put baby into there. We were going to try and steer my son into moving into that room again. They already do realize that that room is the biggest room. It's not bigger by a ton, but it is the biggest room. And they have already realized that. So I didn't want them to end up resenting the fact that the biological kid had and it's not like we're gonna make any kind of big deal ever about them being adopted and this kid being biological, but at some point it's faster. It's going to be something that in a heated teenage or preteen tantrum, they're gonna, you know, bring that up. It's gonna be something that affects them, and I fully get that, and that's okay. But we had thought that we would kind of sway him into that room, and the more I think about it, the more I realize that that's not necessarily great either, especially because he has been so hesitant to move to that room. I thought he would be all over it because that's the room that we did that's themed like Zelda, which is what my husband really likes, and he has been all about being like daddy lately. So I thought he would just be like, oh, I can move into the Zelda room. That's what daddy likes. I can be like daddy, and just boom, right in. And it has not been that. It has been a whole lot of finding different. So he's in the Harry Potter room, and well, can I bring Fluffy? I have a little Fluffy, the three-headed dog figurine. And it's like, okay, it doesn't really go in the Zelda room, but you can if that's really something that you're concerned about. Or, you know, what if the baby is scared of my room? Or what if this and what if that? And I don't know, I guess I'll move in. So I really don't want him to end up resenting the baby because the baby shoved him out of his room either. And I think that's more of an issue at this point than thinking about down the road, you know, because down the road we can change things here and there as needed. So we'll see, but I have a feeling that is going to end up being baby's room. We have started cleaning it up. It's almost cleaned, and we're ready to start kind of moving furniture around. So projects wise, I have 2 beds to build now. So I'm going to build my son a bed and my daughter's beds and use my son's bed as the bed. So we're gonna do that, and I just have a ton of projects, and we're starting to get to the point where it's going to be baby time. So I am trying to get on to all I hope you're all having a really, really great week, and we are on the countdown end of pregnancy, so I will talk to you all later.